That alarm's way off. So I need to change that. Dun, 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 dun. All right, so we should be good now. Should be good. Should be good. All right. What's up, Stacy? What's up, Jay Carly? Black Ice, what's good? All right, so I need to get my alarm situated first and foremost before I do anything, because I heard it go off, but it was way off. So we can't have that. Let me see something. Euro. Damn, I waited too long. I gotta wait for the next one to come up. Adele, what's good? What else was I about to do? Oh, I can pull the chart up. I can do that. You got a lot of work going today, huh? Seems like it's a little warm. Let me turn this off. All right, so I got my chart up now, so I should be good to go with that. All right, so before we start talking about all type of stuff, today's topic is how 16 million unemployed affects the economy. How 16 million people unemployed affects the economy. That's a crazy number right there. That's what it's up to so far. We were talking about this a little bit yesterday. Some people haven't even been able to get through to file. So the reason that these numbers are so big is because I think the numbers were big to begin with, but you are not able to know exactly what they are until people actually file. So, for example, people probably got through last week who were not able to get through 2 weeks ago. So now that they're getting through, the numbers keep getting bigger. But 16 million unemployed is more than 10% of the workforce. That's a big number, and I think it's way more people. I don't even think that is done. Like, it's up to 16 million now. If things continue on for an extended period of time, it'll be a much bigger number than that. I wouldn't be surprised if the number is close to the 50 or 60 million people. I would not be surprised at all. It's crazy. A lot of people, fortunately, because of the type of work that they do, they can work remotely from home and stuff like that. There are still people working certain jobs uninterrupted, but a lot of people that waiters, waitresses, people working in restaurants, cooks, a lot of people out of work. Just straight up out of work, man. So it just goes to show you how many things are tied into the economy that really do make an impact on the economy, like as far as employment goes. Because it's like, you see where people actually are, like where they work, what type of jobs they have. The restaurant and the hospitality industry is humongous. Restaurant and hospitality alone is probably 50 to 60 million people. Now, mind you, the workforce, I think, is a little over 100 million, if I'm not mistaken, in the U.S. So don't be surprised if you see the numbers keep going up and up and up. I think that this week they're supposed to be releasing the stimulus. So that will help some people. And I'm not even sure how they're doing it. They're saying that it's supposed to be connected to whatever bank account that you have already on file. So they're supposed to direct deposit it. But I don't understand what that means, because how they got your bank account information anyway? Like, I guess you would have had to have what, like your bank account for your taxes? I don't know. I don't know how they're doing that. But that's what they said. I'm just realizing something. I'm bugging out. I think they pulled the shim sham. Oh man, I think NADEX just closed at 4 o'clock. Damn. I forgot about that shit. I forgot all about that because of Good Friday, right? Damn. I'm just realizing it. Yep. 4 o'clock shit. Yep. All right. So, because I never remember how they close the market. Like, this happens every time there's a holiday. I never remember that shit. But it's all good. Yep, it is all good. Yeah, but it's a good topic of discussion in any case. So Um, oh, that's how they doing it. They're using direct deposit from the refunds. Ah, okay. Yeah, I was wondering how they was gonna figure out how to do that. Damon said, been a lot of traffic out in these streets, like people going to work or something. I'm like, besides the grocery store, where y'all going? I think a lot of people going to the grocery store. Yeah, they say, yeah, it's like 150, 160 million people in the workforce, something like that. Definitely makes a huge impact. Ed said the lockdown won't end before September. Who knows, man? Who knows? 15 mil is about 10%. Yeah, well, the number as of this week is 16.3 million, and it's more than 10%. It's like 11. It's about 11% of the workforce so far. Amount that infected shows it's impossible to end before then, unless there's a miracle cure. Yeah, 160 million roughly, right. Ben says, okay, so from a finance perspective, there is more to come. Yeah, yeah. And no, I didn't read the announcement, Adele. I don't be reading shit. This is how I find out. When I log in the NADEX and the shit, and there's no binaries, that's how I know. I forgot all about the 4 o'clock. I forgot all about that. And every holiday I try to remember that they always close it at 4, and then I think it reopens. Well, it's gonna be closed tomorrow, so it ain't gonna reopen until Sunday. Well, matter of fact, no, because then Sunday is Easter, so I'm not sure if it's closed for Easter Sunday too. I don't even know. If we log in on Sunday and it ain't open, then we'll know. Damon said, won't be the same after this. I hear they're trying to set up the schools with a lot of 5G, which creates a lot more radiation. This is not truth, just something I've read and heard. Look into it yourself. Yeah, the 5G is definitely a topic of conversation as of late. Jeffrey, on Maui, hospitality is over 50% of jobs. On the island, all the hotels and rental car places are closed. Exactly. This is what I'm saying about the jobs. This is what I mean. Like, it's a huge impact on the economy. That's huge. That's a huge impact. Because you're talking about some people, for some people, that's all they've done. All they've done is had a hospitality job, like their whole life. So it's not like, the majority of them are doing something else as an alternative. Most of them, that's what they do. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Oh, okay. Previous e-files from 2018 that will have an attempted deposit by checking accounts. Okay, I see. Well, that ain't gonna apply to me because I don't ever get a refund. I always pay. So it ain't gonna apply to me. And even if I was to get money from them, I would give it to somebody else. Like literally. Or paper by September. Okay. What's up, Shahara? I would imagine that because of Easter, it'll be closed Sunday. But the way that it works on Sunday is it'll be closed like Sunday, and then it might reopen Monday morning. That's usually how it works. I think. I don't know. I don't even remember. I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't even know, man. I like literally. That's why I don't even be concerning myself when I log in and I see that the shit is back up. Then that's how I know it's open. If I log in and it's closed, that's how I know it's closed. It's not the most efficient way to find out, but that's how I be finding out. Ooh, Shahar, you about to have some fun with that. Yo, that steamer is no joke. No joke. That joint right there gonna have you sleeping real good. Look, that's all y'all wanna do is party. Oh shit. So Ramon, it is Monday morning, 8 o'clock, right? Yeah, okay. So I did get it right then. All right, cool. Shahar said, went to Target last night. They had mad toilet paper. What? Even managed to get more bleach and Clorox wipes. Who would have known? I went just before they closed. That's when I like to go. Anytime I go anywhere, I go right at the end when there's hardly anybody there. Edward says so only half the population in the U.S. work, and we wonder why 5% own most of the wealth. Yeah, there's a lot of retirees too, though. There's a lot of people that are retired, and there's also a lot of people that own businesses. There's a lot of small businesses actually in the U.S. So that other half is made up of a combination of people retired, senior citizens, and then business owners. That's crazy. Jeffrey says State of Hawaii says first unemployment payments are behind at least 30 days from the day you filed. It's gonna get worse, he said. Yeah, I believe it's retro though. So so when they actually do pay you, it'll be for the 2 weeks. Like when you get it, it'll be for the first week and for the second week. If you actually like whenever you get it, it'll include and it'll be backdated to the original date that you would have been able to file. I think that they're like making some type of exception. Like they're assuming everybody filed on the first day, and then they're doing it retro back to whatever that day was. So they got to do something because this shit is crazy, man. Yeah. Shahara says certain industries definitely hurting more than others. Hell yeah. Blue Shop Towels. I don't know what that is. What's that? Ben said the stimulus is just going to act as a band-aid for now. Rates are in the gutter, and the feds are printing more paper. Big boys are screaming, buy gold, but they have to act first. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because all that money in the system, they try to hedge the inflation, if you want to call it that. Well, it don't even matter. Because paper's going to be king regardless, even though they like to secure wealth when they got a lot of liquidity in the system like that. So they'll buy gold and shit like that. They'll definitely flock to the physical assets. They'll be buying gold, buying land, doing stuff like that. The ones in the know, anyway. Um, J. Carly says she got a link for the stimulus if y'all want it. Stacy said, more and more I think about it, I want my money. Walker said, Jesus better be swinging through this Sunday for the markets closing on a conflabbing Thursday. Adele ready to party too. Y'all crazy, man. That's all you want to do. Oh shit. Right, and disabled people, right, are in the mix with the retirees. Correct. Yep. Shahara said, I appreciate people staying home so I can grab my stuff and dip. Oh, man. Yeah, Walker mad about the market closing. It threw me off, too. When I logged in just now, I'm over here adjusting my charts and all of that. And then the next thing I know is no binaries. I was like, oh, shit. I was like, it's 4 o'clock, man. On Good Thursday. Yeah, like Good Thursday ain't all that good. It's all good. I'm gonna just queue up training and watch some movies. That's all. Jeffrey said, let's hope the state don't file bankruptcy before they get unemployment checks. Jesus. It's crazy, man. What's up, Jelani? Jelani's first. He said, yeah, y'all crazy. Yeah, well, Greenspan told everybody. He told everybody back in whatever year that was. I think it was 98. Told them, he said, yo, we got unlimited printing power. What's up? How much y'all need? Shit, crazy. I think they just approved another 2.3 trillion for small business loans. And that's to try to help to keep businesses in business until this shit clears up. So they basically able to lend money to small businesses so that they can stay afloat during this time when there is no business to be done. Like, what you gonna do, man? What you gonna do, Cletus? Yeah, Band-Aid over the bullet hole. Yep. Rich was good. J. Carr said, we're the only profession that hate the weekends and holidays. You ain't lying. For real, right? There you go. TA and chill. That's hard. TA and chill. Shahar, Mark, you seen the blue shop towels and car washes and in service centers? Oh, the heavy duty towels. Yeah. Those towels have a protection on 93% against airborne stuff. Oh, really? You talking about like this? Is it these you talking about? If it is, I didn't even know that. But I keep them shits. Oh, I got you. As a filter in your mask. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sure. I was like, I ain't catching nothing from none of your nasty ass Target people. Mm-hmm. Ben said, with risk on, there's a switch to gold, but this time the funny thing is the gold mines are closed too. Oh, well, that's good. Well, ultimately that should increase the price of gold. If they're not able to mine, then that means they're not able to add to the supply of physical gold. And for however long that goes on for, it will increase the price because the demand is going to increase. And if demand is increasing and supply is not, that's what causes prices to shoot up. So that would make sense. But I mean for physical gold, not for paper gold, not for digital gold, like actual gold. So actually, I'm buying some gold. Actually, come to think of it, just because you said that. Because actually, I'm thinking about that. I didn't know that the mines were closed. Yeah, I'm gonna buy some gold then, and not jewelry, gold. Buy some, buy some actual gold. Oh, you really want to party for real? Y'all are crazy. Yeah, y'all are ill for that. Walker said more like garbage Thursday. That's funny. Wendell, what's happening, man? Um, yo, watch Sons of Anarchy and all that. Jay Carly had told me about that. I don't really watch really like a lot on shows and all that. I don't really do all of that. Like I be training more than anything. I'll be in the middle of a movie and I'll just like go back to training. Like I'll drift right back into training more than I'm paying attention to the movie. I do that shit all the time. Oh, the shop towels. Oh, so it's actually on a roll. I think you're talking about the ones that's actually on a roll. I think I know what you're talking about. Okay. I think I know what you're talking about now. Adele, that's a fact. She said, rest in peace to all the gloves that lost their lives in the parking lots of grocery stores. People take their shits off and drop them right where they stand. Yes, they do. Yep. Stacy, same thing for silver. Yes. Because if the gold mines are closed, the silver mines are closed as well. Yep. So silver. So actually, in my case, yeah, I would be buying both. I would be buying silver and gold. Yeah, the ones we buy now. Yes, the same ones. Yep. Guess who's been long on physical gold all this time since 2018? The big boys. I mean, I've always had gold. I mean, I had gold and silver, but I do buy more. I buy way more silver than gold. Way more silver. I think long term silver is way more valuable than gold is because of the uses. Gold is valuable because historically it's just been considered to be more of a precious metal, but silver is an industrial and a precious metal. So it's not the same use as far as jewelry goes, but it's used in everything else that you do. Cars, phones, is actually used. Well, how you supposed to buy mercury, man? Mercury get in your bloodstream to kill you. How you gonna do that? I don't think I want to be holding no mercury coins, if there's such a thing. Copper is garbage. Copper is very useful. The only I'm not gonna say copper's garbage, but copper's just is different. It's different. Copper's more valuable for scrap. If you go somewhere you find copper like scrap, metal copper, that's valuable at the junkyard. They'll buy it from you. Yes, they will. But as far as copper coins, no. I ain't gonna just be holding on to copper like that. Out of like even more so than gold, I would buy silver before I would buy gold. If I had to pick which one I'm buying first, it would be silver. Okay, now all right, now I feel better. He said not the mercury coins. The companies that mine it and process it. Okay, I got you. So you mean stocks? Mercury mining stocks. I got you. Walker said gold silver ratio is higher than it's ever been in history. When that rebalances, boy oh boy. Yeah, people don't know about silver. Even though I've been talking about that shit for like, what year is this, 2020? I've probably been talking about silver for like 10 years. Wait, 2020, 2010? No, about maybe 7, 8 years, more so. Nah, there's no mercury coins. I was just messing around. Nah, ain't no damn mercury coins, man. Copper used to be king before fiber optics took over wiring. Yeah, I mean copper's very valuable. Don't get me wrong. But again, it's valuable in the actual form of scrap. Because all they're gonna do is melt it down and use it and shit. That's all they're gonna do with it. Adele said, put mercury in a container, walk around with goggles and long gloves. I bet people will stay 6 feet away then. Yo, that's insanity. Word, be like, yo, this is mercury. I'll spray you. I'll spray you with this mercury. That's better than bleach and super soakers. Who did? Ah, come on. Don't give nobody no idea. Somebody did that? Somebody probably did that. Just because you're saying that. Shahara said, you know that's coming to a hood near you. Oh, man. Jay Carly said, I love how there's so many new scientists and doctors popping up from their living rooms. Yo, that's funny. See, yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Ramon said they've been doing that. You talking about the bleach and the super soakers? Come on, man. Come on. Yeah, people are insane. That's why I don't be messing with nobody, man. That's why I stay. That's exactly why I keep my distance from people, because they crazy. And that is a fact. Yes, 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 yes. Super Soaker was invented by a black man. Yes, it was. So was a toilet. Black man invented the clock too. Did y'all know that? You know who Benjamin Banneker is? You know that clock in London called Big Ben? There's a reason why it's called Big Ben. Come on, man. Look at the list. Keep going on and on. Peanut butter, jelly time, peanut. First of all, black men invented peanut butter and the peanut butter and jelly dance. Yep, and the filament for light bulbs. Yeah, it's a bunch of shit. Yeah, nah, we get credit, Pillies. We just get it in a different way. We gonna get our credit, man. Thomas Crapper. There's and if you want, you can look into this. The New York City subway system. Black man. So he actually literally had the plans, the original blueprint for the system, the subway system. And when they tried to what's the word to even use? I mean, what's a better word to use than steal it? A more sophisticated word. Extort, but it wasn't like extortion where they threatened him. They just took it. They basically just took the shit, and then they claimed credit for it, and he sued them. So they were like, "Well, you can't prove that it's yours." You know what he did? He drew the shit over. Just drew it. He drew the whole plans out on paper. The shit was identical to what they had. He drew it out of his head. Come on, man. Come on, man. Proof. He's like, oh, y'all want to play games. All right. Come on, man. Let's go. And see, like, I mean, it's interesting because, like, I don't even like the term Black history, but because Black history is just history, it's part of history. It's not that it's Black history. What it is history that has been either avoided or omitted or just not talked about. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it has to be put in a category where it's like, oh, that's Black history. But it's a part of history, period. You know, so that's how I look at it. But it is sad that a lot of people are just not aware of all of the accomplishments and contributions of Black folks. But there's a lot of them. There we go. American history is Black history. 100%. Yep. But y'all already know what it is. I'm preaching to the choir on here, so we be all right. I think the only species on the planet more resilient is roaches. You never gonna get rid of roaches. I don't give a shit what you do. Roaches been around since the dinosaurs. Anything outlived the dinosaurs is ill. Like, for real though. Roaches. You ain't never killing roaches. Crazy? They're like, we don't die, we multiply. Yep. So anybody ever call you a roach, that's actually a compliment. Be like, oh, that mean I'm gonna outlive your ass. You know, perspective. I know, right? Yeah, gnats. What else? Gnats was definitely there. What's another one? Said baby's kids. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, definitely maggots. Yep, yeah, maggots. But now, all right. You realize that maggots are flies. I didn't realize that like until I was old. Like when I once I become an adult, then I'm like, wait, hold up. So when a fly lands on something, it lays eggs. The eggs that it lays is maggots. Maggots are flies. Like I didn't even like put two and two together, and I was like, oh snap. So you really don't want no fly landing on nothing. Yes, the maggots are flies. Yep, it is disgusting. I mean, but what you gonna do? But see, but they are actually a part of the nature's ecosystem for breaking things down because maggots are going to feed on waste. You know what I'm saying? So it helps to break down waste. It's like first of all, nature's amazing because down to microscopic bacteria. Like bacteria is alive. Like you don't realize that bacteria is an actual organism. It's alive. That shit is there for a reason. You got the good kind, you got the bad kind, but they are necessary. They are part of the actual circle of life. You know what I mean? So, my bad, Mark. He said I'm eating breakfast. You mean you were eating breakfast? He's like, all right, well, I'm tossing breakfast now. Shit. I know, right? She said, I hope it ain't rice. Oh, snap. Look, Jay Carter, she don't want no parts of this conversation. Mmm. That's crazy. Ramon said he came in the office one day, noticed a bunch of little flies around the secretary space. Turns out she need to take out the trash. Yep, they love it. They love it. He said, why not rice? Look, well, how does rice look? What do rice look like? There you have it. It's self-explanatory, Ramon. See, Ramon is being nasty. He said it looks delicious in my mouth. You mean rice, not maggots, of course. Oh, snap. Joey said, I don't understand how electric eels shock shit underwater. That's very interesting because they do shock the shit out of you under the water. Electric eels and what's some other things called? Jellyfish. Yo, jellyfish will shock the shit out of you in that water. Ramon said with some beans and a steak. So I don't care how much money's in sanitation, I'm good. That's one thing I never ever considered being was a garbage man. I remember there was a time where it was like they had a hiring spree for garbage men in New York City. And everybody was talking like, yo, you be a garbage man. You get great benefits. They make, like close to 100 a year, blah, blah, blah. I was like, no. Like I started actually thinking about it. I'm like, could I do that? Nah, I can't do that. Can't do it. Shahar redirecting. So, how will the 16 million unemployed impact the economy? Rich said stingrays too. Ben said their organs produce pole-like ends that generate low voltage. Interesting. Very interesting. Oh, excuse me. Walker said, heard they use a chemical called wet electricity. Yeah, he just be making shit up. JP, waste management is all technical now. Where? Not here, it ain't. He said modern garbage men really even touch the cans, all automated now. No. Not in New York City. They be picking up the garbage bags, bro. Ain't shit automated. It be garbage on the street. The truck comes by, they pick up the garbage and throw it in the truck. Like that's everywhere in New York City. Everywhere. I don't care where it is. The sanitation truck come by, and the garbage man hops off the truck and starts picking up the bags and throw it in the garbage. Yeah, hell yeah, New York City old school. They ain't implement none of that. If that's technology that they have, they ain't do that yet. They don't have that nowhere in New York. That's what I'm saying. That's why I was like, what's that? They don't have that anywhere here. And even if you live like in Long Island, it's still trucks. And the shit is not automated. It's still garbage trucks. Even if you order if you get private sanitation, a private sanitation truck comes through and will pick up your trash. Like depending on where you live. If you live outside of the city limits and the city doesn't come to where you live and you got to get private sanitation, it's just still a truck. And still garbage men. Oh, they got a robot on the side of the truck that picks up the cans. Nah, that shit is not here at all. Nope. Cans are furnished by the city. Nope. That shit ain't here. And I don't like they ain't even talking about that shit here. Like at all. They ain't even talking about that. They don't talk about none of that. They're not discussing that. They're not in talks about it. They don't care about that shit in New York. That's why it's a lot of rats too, because they be leaving garbage on the sidewalk. And the rat infestation is crazy in the city. Yeah, your man spoil you for that. Tell you, New York is different, man. New York don't give a shit. They don't care. They do not care. They like, listen, just step over the garbage on the sidewalk. Don't trip. Yeah, because see, back in the day, they used to burn the garbage. And when they stopped burning the garbage, that's when the rats started taking over. They used to burn the garbage, like in the building. They used to have what is it called? An incinerator in the buildings. And they would burn the garbage. And they stopped doing that. Yeah, that's what it is. That got a lot to do with it. Ben said, you either invest the money in them trucks, take the jobs away from the people, or let the people earn that living. Yeah. And garbage men in New York City make a lot of money. Like I remember when they had a hiring, it was like a drive, and they was hiring mad sanitation workers. Yeah, oh, y'all don't know about incinerators, huh? Oh shit. Yo, New York is ill for mad stuff that we be doing here. Now they got barges, like where the sanitation is, the garbage goes on a big ass barge. Like a barge is just a big, huge, flat, it's like a piece of land that's just floating on the Hudson River. They put all the garbage on the barge and then they take it out to wherever they take. I don't even know where the garbage goes now. I think it goes to a landfill, at a couple of different places, like on different islands. I don't even know. I'm gonna be honest. I don't even know what they do with the garbage, because you have so much garbage from, especially from Manhattan. Oh my gosh, the amount of garbage created from New York City is crazy. Like it's insane. Yeah, the landfill. Nah, they don't dump it in the ocean. It goes into a landfill, and they do recycle. Yeah, Ramon, you know what I'm talking about. Yep. Yeah, no, they don't dump it in the ocean. Not to say that some of it don't fall in there, but you know. That's about right. Paley said New York is the prettiest, nastiest place I've ever been to. Oh man. Sure, so that's why I pull up to New York City, stay for a minute, drive right back out the state. Well, that's why people in New York is way more resilient too than a lot of people from other places. Like we've experienced a lot of shit here, like just on a daily basis. Just the fact that you can be around a high population of people every day. Like literally, I kid you not. New York City is so big, it's so many people, right? I can go anywhere and I see somebody. Like I just pick 5 random people. It's likely I will never see them again. That's how many people are here. Where you see somebody today and you'll probably never see them again in your life, and you're in the same city. That's how big it is here. That shit is crazy. And like you can go anywhere and do that. Like anywhere that you go, you see somebody, you be like, okay, you'll probably literally never see that person again. That's how dense it is. It's crazy. Yeah. It's like that, Peleus. Yep. Right. You want to shoot your shot, you better shoot it. You probably ain't never gonna see her again. That's right. Shoot your shot. Yeah, it's mad people here, man. I think the residency for New York City is close to 9 million. Just for New York City alone. Shit is retarded. I think it's 22 million in the state, if I'm not mistaken. That's a lot of people, man. That's a lot of people. Yeah, and then it depends on where you are too. Like, because a lot of areas have been what's the word I'm looking for? You know what I'm talking about. Gentrified. A lot of areas have been gentrified, so There's a lot of new buildings. There's a lot of um, new construction, like they're building parks, you know, um, places where businesses will be, stuff like that. So in the newer areas, they maintain them a lot better than, you know, in regular places where they don't give a shit. You know the difference when you see it. Like when you if you go to like the downtown Brooklyn looks like Manhattan. You wouldn't even know the difference. You in downtown Brooklyn, you think you like in Midtown. That's how it looks. So areas that get gentrified, of course, the way that they're kept and maintained is a lot better than in other places. You know what I mean? So a lot of the new buildings got, you know, like everything built in. They got all the amenities and all of that type of stuff. So it's interesting. But as far as the cost of living here, it's retarded. Joey, he said, I need a light skinned chick from Brooklyn. Yeah, y'all crazy. Yeah, that's about right. Yup. Shahar said, I fell down the rabbit hole, was watching a vlog of some girl looking to rent in different areas, and she was considering studios for 300 square feet for 2,500. Yep. If a studio in Manhattan is 3,000 a month, and the studio literally is about, what'd you say, 300 square feet, it might be that big. It could be anywhere from 250 to maybe 400 square feet at the most for a studio apartment. In the middle of Manhattan, easy 3,000, 3,500 even. You might be able to get a one bedroom for 3,500 to 5,000 a month. Shit is crazy. She was saying 500 square foot one bedroom with one window was a good size. It's different. It's different. Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, see, people that live in New York would never go down south though. Like the only reason that I would go down south is because of my kids, not because of me. Like I'm a New Yorker, so I'm used to this shit. I would never leave New York if I didn't have kids. I would never leave. I would be here, period. I would visit other places, but I'm not going nowhere to live. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a New Yorker, like I'm a native New Yorker. So it's different. Like it's a different thing when you born and raised here. It's like you used to how everything is. And for you to leave that and then go somewhere else, like if you was to go live down south somewhere as a New Yorker, you would go stir crazy. You would go out your mind. Because you see how everything is spaced out. It's space, there's room. You be like, where's people at? You live here, you used to walking outside, and as soon as you come outside, like you can go to the corner and there's a store. You can't do that down south. You can't leave your house and walk to the corner store. That's what New Yorkers are used to. That's why people never leave here. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you just are used to that, especially if you were born here. You native to it. Just like how somebody born down south comes here and be like, oh shit, what's this? You know what I'm saying? Like you're not used to it. So it's a different environment. It takes adjusting and getting used to. So that's what it is. Yeah. Yeah, Brooklyn has way more stuff than Manhattan does, like as far as bigger space. And it's only because it's not Manhattan, but they're trying to kind of raise the standard up in certain parts of Brooklyn so that they can charge just as much as if you were living in Manhattan. So it's like, so what people will do is like, instead of going to Manhattan, I'm gonna go to Brooklyn. But you got all these people doing that. So now they're raising up the prices in Brooklyn. They're like, oh, you want to come here? All right, well, you going to pay? And that's how the rents have gone up in price. That's how it has happened over time. Because they know that people are coming there as an alternative to going into the city. So they get you. But it's still not as much as Manhattan. Yeah, yeah, hell yeah, there's a mortgage in Texas or wherever. Hell yeah. Yeah. But see, like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, people from New York, like, you don't care about a house. You like nobody wants to do that. That's from here. I'm telling you, it's just like being where you from. You don't want to do that. For you to do that, something has to happen, like a life change. Like kids. I'm telling you, the only reason that people leave from New York, they either older and they had enough, so they like, you know what, it's time to retire. Let's go and get some space. Let's go get some land. Let's go, so we could cook out in the backyard every day. You retire by leaving New York. You're not leaving New York because you want, house. You want all of this house. You don't care about that. Not yet. Especially if you're younger. Like my son, he would never want to leave here. He never want to leave here. He love it here. And I'm like, bruh, you better make sure that you make enough money so you can afford to stay here. You know what I'm saying? You wanna live by yourself and all of that shit. Like a lot of kids, what they end up doing is they'll live together and they'll room up. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why Airbnb is popular now. So you'll have a lot of like people, they'll get together and they'll split the rent. You know what I'm saying? They'll get like a one bedroom apartment or at the most a 2-bedroom, and they'll split the rent. They'll do it that way so that they can live here. They can afford it. You know what I mean? So, so it is what it is. But like there were ways to get around like paying a lot of money, and this is what I had caught wind of at the time. Like when I was in my 20s, it was the co-ops. It's like if you could get a co-op, you was able to like really, really put yourself in position, because the co-op is different, especially depending on if like how it was managed. A lot of the co-ops in New York City, the way that they were originally created was so that they could always be in position to maintain control over the rents being raised. Like the purpose of the co-ops was basically people coming together, and it was like, all right, we need to keep this maintained from within, so all the rents for all of us stay low. This is the original idea of a co-op. It's called cooperative. So what they would do is they'll take their money, pool their money together and buy a building, like an apartment building. And it'll be under the structure of a co-op. So now they own the building and they manage the building. Like this is all in-house. This is how it originally started. And of course, this started like in the Jewish community, it was heavy. So one of the oldest co-ops in New York City is Jewish owned. Like it was Jewish, it was started by Jews and controlled, and they lived there. So this is the idea behind it. We're going to manage it. We're going to keep all of the costs low. And that way we'll always be able to afford to live here no matter what. And that's kind of what, the concept was behind it. Of course, until later on, you had companies coming in and buying real estate. They would buy co-ops, fix up the buildings, and then now they want to charge the current rent for the co-ops, like competitive with actual rent rates. But that's not what the idea of a co-op is. The original idea is that you pay your maintenance, and the maintenance is just your share of the cost of running the building. So instead of your rent being $1,500 a month, your maintenance might be $800 a month, because it don't cost that much to run the building because it's self-managed. You see what I'm saying? So if the building is self-managed because it's being run by the shareholders of the building, none of us want to increase the cost of living here. So we're going to self-manage. We're going to keep all of the costs low. We're going to maintain the building ourselves. And that way we can always afford to live here. And that's what the co-op became. So in New York, there was a time where co-ops, like the cost to get into a co-op was mad low. That's when I bought. So I knew, I was like, the co-op is where it's at. That's even better than like trying to buy a house somewhere. It's better. So the co-op shit was ill. Like it was beautiful. It was a beautiful situation. Trust me. So that's how you would be able, to live in a nice, apartment building, a nice tenement. The grounds were maintained because everything's self-managed. So the grounds are maintained well. Everything is in-house. You know what I'm saying? Like repairs and stuff are done by from within. The management is maintaining the building and everything is being kept up in the building. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's paying their share of the cost of running the building. There's no profit margin being built into the cost. Like if you were a landlord, you charging rents based on creating profit margin above the cost of running the building. So whatever the actual cost is per rental for you to run the building, let's say that it's $900. So the cost per apartment for running that building might be $900 per apartment, but then you charge $2,000 for rent. So that means your margin is the $1,100 difference, right? So as a landlord now, your margin is $1,100. Then out of that, you got to pay for the management of the building. You got to pay for whatever else above and beyond the cost of running the building. Maybe property taxes, or maybe if you had any type of loans aside from the mortgage, like this, like just extra stuff that you got to pay for will come from that margin. But for the most part, you damn near are generating twice as much as what you're actually paying in costs to run the building. So that's how a landlord thinks. That's why rents are high, because they're trying to keep up with their margin, which is the amount that they're going to make from their rent roll, their net income, and that has to keep up with the costs. So depending on where it is, like in New York City, water goes up consistently, and it's been going up in cost like recently over the last 10 to 15 years. The price of water, cost of water is high in New York City. So you got water, then you got electricity, gas, and now like they in New York City, they're making it mandatory for buildings to have gas. Like they want you to have your heating and everything on gas, no more oil. Like this, like they doing mad work in the streets all over New York City, doing the transition from from oil to gas. So you got that, you know what I mean? So like all of these changes, it's affected rents, it's affected the cost of living, and that shit is high as hell. Like the price or the cost to live here is very high. But yeah, New York is different, man. New York is different. Somebody said New York is a dump. Oh shit. Damn, all right, Sam. Sam said New York is really a dump. Yeah, Manhattan is its own jungle. You're right. Yeah. I mean, see, like, if you're not from here, you ain't gonna want to live here. You're not gonna want to live here. You'll want to visit. Like, oh, I'd come and leave, but you ain't gonna want to live here. It's different if you from here. You from here, you don't want to live nowhere else. You know what I mean? So Like I'm just used to certain shit. I'm used to hearing the ambulance. I'm used to hearing the train. Like you see where I park at. I park right by the subway. I'm like that noise, that subway noise, that's just the vibe. That right there, like just certain shit makes New York City what it is. It's like a vibe. I'm embedded in that shit because I'm from here. Like I'm a native New Yorker. So it's definitely different for us. That's why it's different. Sometimes if I want to break, I just go by a park and listen to the birds and shit like that. But after I finish listening to the birds, then I want to hit a train again. So what you gonna do? Yeah, street vendors, all of that shit. All of that. Like it's nothing like that. It's nothing like just think about you could just hop on the train and go to Central Park like whenever. Like that's ill to me. You live here, you can do that from wherever you are. You might live in Queens, you might live in Brooklyn, you might live in the Bronx. You could just hop on the train and go to Central Park and just chill for the day. You know what I'm saying? And you don't live in Manhattan though. That's ill, man. That's crazy. Yeah, New York is loud. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I don't be seeing no rats where I live at. Ain't no rats around. Ain't no rats around where I live. I'm in the bougie area of New York. No, we ain't got no rats. But I ain't scared of them though. Yeah, New York is definitely a whole state. Like I be everywhere in New York. I don't just be in the city, but I'm just like what I'm doing is I'm explaining why people live in the city. Like there's a reason people live here. It's a reason. It has probably more to do with the fact that they were born and raised here. But there's plenty of places in New York State that's beautiful. You know, Westchester's nice. You know, Orange County is nice. Long Island is nice. You can go upstate to Ossining. You can go up to White Plains, Mamaroneck. You know, you can even go further upstate, like upstate, Buffalo, Rochester. It's mad places in New York. Nah, I ain't afraid of rats at all. Nah, I see rats. If it's a rat running, I'm gonna see it. But you're talking about like in Manhattan. Manhattan is heavy for rats. But I like just like I said, where these new buildings are, very well kept. Ain't no rats. Yeah, I do observe people. You right about that, yep. Yeah, Buffalo was mad cold. Buffalo be getting heavy snow. Yeah, like see, and I mean once I start moving around, like there's places in New York City that you be like, oh shit, this ain't even New York City. And it is New York City. Like in the city. But you gotta just know like where to go, where it's beautiful. But then you got slums. You got slum areas too, definitely. So that's one thing about like New York. It's such a it's almost like damn night and day sometimes. Like you be in one area and it's like damn that should look like messed up. You be in another area, it don't even look like New York. And it's like that now more than ever, I believe, because they're doing a lot of building too, a lot of construction. They're building a lot of buildings like for people to live. And the cost of living is just high here, period. Like, it is what it is. So the only people that's going to be here is people that can afford to live here. You know what I'm saying? So there is a certain element of people that are working, like it's working class people, like people that live in these new buildings got jobs. Like they not they not on welfare. You know what I'm saying? They not living off of the system, living in these new buildings like that. Even though they designate a small percentage of the buildings for rent stabilized apartments, but for the most part, you don't have that like a certain element in the new buildings. You know, you got working class people that can afford the shit. Yeah, you see everybody here. Nice. Yep, that's hard. Rich said depends on what eye you look at it from. That dirt can be filth or just the city mindset. Do a vlog at the Rucker. What's funny is somebody probably playing ball at the Rucker right now because they crazy like that in Harlem. Nerds, jocks, rich people, stuck up people, everybody. Yeah, it's all flavors. It's a big melting pot. Like literally any culture that you can name is here in New York from every country in the world. I guarantee you. Yep. And then like New York is very cultural too because it's certain things that you just always able to do. Like there's always restaurants. There's restaurants everywhere. You know, you got the street vendors everywhere. And depending on where you go, it's gonna be more than other places like where it's more residential. But the restaurant culture is big. And it's like any type of food you can imagine, there's a restaurant for it. On Ninth Street in the city, Ninth Street. That sound like the Lower East Side. Yeah, waiters and waitresses, they getting hit hard. Yeah, that like I think a lot of them numbers are people in the restaurant industry alone. Crazy. Stacy says she got into a cab trying to talk Spanish to the driver, and my friend was like, "This is not L.A." You got into a cab in the city, in New York. Well, there's a lot of Latino cab drivers here though, but there's a lot of other ones too though. It depends. It depends. It depends on where you at. Edge of Brooklyn, Manhattan, Ninth Street, Ninth Street, Ninth Street. Oh, so it's on the Brooklyn side. If it's on the Brooklyn side, that sounds like it's down by 9th Street. Sounds like back. That's like further back by the BQE. And then the BQE loops around and takes you into Manhattan. If it's on the Brooklyn side. Oh, he was from the Middle East. No wonder she said that. Okay. Yeah, so he ain't speak no Spanish. Oh, you was here for a couple of days? Yeah, like New York is so big. Like it's huge. Like just moving around sometimes is crazy. If you like, I'll give you an example. Depending on what part of Queens you are in, it might take you 2 hours to get into Manhattan. From Queens. Mind you, Queens is like a borough right next to Manhattan. It could take you up to 2 hours just to get to Manhattan. Shit is crazy. Oh, I was doing a live too. mm. Rich, you talking about the same friend with the restaurant? He said his place is literally closed for good due to this madness. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Seem like there got to be a way to do something for your business to survive. Like I know that there's a lady that owns a restaurant in Harlem. Um, Damn, what is her name? I think her name is Thelma. So what she did, mind you, before they closed, like this is a very popular restaurant, soul food. Lady been there for gotta be 30 years. She inherited from her mother. Um yeah, Shawnee, that's exactly how it works. Yup. He said his cousin had to win the lottery system to get the apartment on 116th. Right, otherwise couldn't afford it. Yeah. They do a lottery for the applicants. So you basically apply and then they do a lottery to pick who's actually going to take whatever the block of apartments are in that building. Yep. Which is crazy. It's like you literally are winning the lottery to live in the city. Shit crazy. Damn, man. I'm so sorry to hear that shit. That shit is crazy. That's crazy. No, not Sylvia's. This is another lady. Actually her food is much better than Sylvia's. But so what she started doing, every day she went into the restaurant, just her and the cook. So they went into the restaurant and she went on they had just opened an Instagram account like January or February. So she went on Instagram and she just put out a post. She was like, if you want to order food, I'm able to cook the food and you can come to get the food. Like in other words, you can come take out. So, and she was like, just let me know what you want, blah, blah, blah. She put the phone number up and she was like, let's just see what happens. Yo, She got so much, like so many people started calling, ordering food. She can't even handle all of the business that's coming now just from that one post. She did an Instagram post. She said the same day they were like, they had to cut it off. Like people, the phone was just ringing nonstop, nonstop. There was a local hospital. As soon as the dude saw the post, he placed an order for 100 meals for the employees of the hospital. Like he bought food for the whole hospital. 100 meals. She couldn't even, like, that was it for the day. She had to cut it off. So I was like, damn, that's kind of crazy. So she was like, that literally is the only thing that saved or is saving her business. The fact that she was willing to do that. She didn't even know what would happen. She didn't know if people was going to call. She didn't know if people was going to see the post. She didn't know what was going on, but that's what she did. She put a post on Instagram, and she was like, I'm taking orders. I got my cook here with me. Let me know what you want, and you can come pick it up. I'll let you know, how long it's gonna take. Blah 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 blah. Same day, the dude that I'm talking about from the hospital, he must have been like an administrator or something. So he bought 100 meals for the employees, for the healthcare workers at the hospital. And this is at a local hospital that's near where her restaurant is. Just like that. And I was like, yo, that was crazy. And it's like, as a small business, that's how you have to think. Because it's like, well, what you gonna do? You gotta do something. If you don't do anything, you just literally are waiting to see what happens, and you hoping that things work out. And I mean, at the end of the day, it's like some businesses are not going to survive because either they're not willing to do that, or maybe they don't have the capacity to do that. You know what I mean? Like, she just so happened her cook was healthy, and she made sure that he was good. And mind you, it's one cook though. It's one dude that cooks there, but he's nice. He knows how to cook, and he knows how to, make the dishes that they have, and the food is good. But anyway, so when she found out he was healthy, she's healthy, they don't have nobody else in there with them. It's just the two of them doing orders over the phone. And that right there is going to save her business. That shit is amazing. And it's contactless. What she has is she got the machine, so like when she takes payment, they can do it over the phone, or if they come, like, you can use your card, and it's like a contactless little thing. So you just put your card in, and you type in your PIN, or however you do it, or the little signature with your finger or whatever. And she's doing it like that. Then she makes sure she sprays down you know what I'm saying? Like, so she's doing everything precautionary as far as maintaining the sanitization. Is that a word? I said this the other day. She's just making sure everything is clean and just sterile. That's the word I'm looking for. And her business is going to survive because of that. So that shit is crazy. That shit is crazy, man. Yeah, that shit is incredible. But yeah, Rich, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Damn. Yeah, I think it is like Square. I think it's Square, something like that. Yes. Yes. Now, mind you, this is stuff that she implemented recently this year. Like I said, she just opened up the Instagram account in January. Didn't even know how to use Instagram. Somebody told her. Somebody was like, yo, like, just tell everybody on Instagram that you open and you doing takeout. And the cook was like, yeah, let's go. He's like, what the hell else am I gonna do? I'm in the house watching fucking Netflix and bullshit, and I could be here working still. And that's just ill to me, because it's like, damn, you just figure, like, you got to figure it out in a situation where you don't even know what to do. It's crazy. Yeah, definitely can't be afraid of technology. Yeah, the internet, shit, internet is crazy. Yeah, man. So where there's a will, there's a way, without a doubt. Oh, Ramon, I see the towels. Okay, I know what y'all talking about now. Oh, what was I about to do? Oh, Jay Carly sent me this link for the stimulus information. That's a long ass link, Jay Carly. Hold on, let me try to see if I can shorten that. Let me open it first and then go to. Okay, that one is a little shorter. Yeah, that's the link for the information on the stimulus if y'all wanted it. Rich said these places need to use their current staff to do deliveries and get that food out still, which should keep them afloat and at the same time keep them folks working. Right, right. And I noticed that every business that has done that, like, is not just surviving, they doing well. Like I'm telling you, like the pizza shops, like all the local pizza shops that I frequent, they doing deliveries, and you can go in and order what you want and leave. They haven't closed yet. They even stay open a little longer than they normally would. So, I mean, it's like it's opportunity there. Mind you, it's for what you do already. Of course, you got to take an assessment and make sure that you're making provisions for people to not get sick. Yes, but once you know what the safety measures are to take the safety measures and keep your business running. Like, don't just fold and give up. You gotta try to figure it out. You have to, otherwise you're gonna lose it. Unfortunately. Yep. Unfortunately, man. But yeah, Rich, you're right about that. Yeah, internet is powerful as hell, man. To me, I don't see no cons with the internet. I just don't, because all the stuff that people complain about is exactly why the shit is good. Oh, my privacy. You don't give a shit about no privacy. You don't even care. And if people are listening and all of that, so what? It's like you don't even realize it could be cameras and mics everywhere, like that you go. They could be listening to conversations all the time. Oh, well, there's a microphone in your phone. They're recording your conversations. So what? I'm not talking about nothing stupid. I ain't talking about nothing crazy. You can record my shit. I'm on a live stream right now on the internet. I don't give a fuck if you're recording. I'm not doing nothing stupid. You know what I'm saying? To warrant you like invading my privacy. If you all in my business when I'm in my house, that now you wrong for that. If that's what they're doing. But other than that, like what you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Yeah, internet has pros and cons, but because of what's going on, you must continue to evolve and change and adapt. A lot of businesses have gone stale because they are not switching up their marketing. I think that, yeah, and more so, they're not switching up their ability to adapt to technology. Because if you're not interested in like getting on social media platforms as a business, you're already fucked up. And that's not even like before you even get to marketing your business on social media, you need to understand social media. Like learn about social media. Like, all right, this right here is actually what the new way of communicating is. People communicate, shit goes, information travels at lightning speed on the internet, lightning speed through social media. I will find out about shit before the news has it if I'm on Facebook. When I'm on Facebook, I find out everything on Facebook, literally, or YouTube. As soon as something happens, it's on Facebook already. It's on you. It's already on YouTube. So that's how lightning fast social media is. That shit is awesome. You kidding me? You don't like you waiting to hear shit on the news. People already knew. Everybody knew about it already. On their phone. People's on their phone on Facebook and already got the information. Come on, like you need to adapt to that. So if you're not embedded as a business into social media, you already messed up. So you have to adapt. You got to adapt your infrastructure and, incorporate your logistics into what the internet is allowing you to do. Charles said a Chinese store is still busy. They have the same hours, pickup only. Right. That's the only difference. You just can't sit down and eat. But they still operate in the same way that they was before. With the exception of that. Got to adopt new practices to survive in this climate. Yeah. Ernest said, not necessarily marketing. Some business are just not built for remote. Right. They have not adjusted their infrastructure to include how to do business through social media. People just scream out privacy, but yet they're broadcasting to the world every time they take a shit. Yep. Shahara, I follow my favorite food trucks on IG. Why am I not surprised, Shahara? Here we go into the food. Adele, Ernest, that's true, but it's also not hard. Ask questions, get a consultation. Yeah, you gotta figure shit out. Yeah, way too much free information. Yeah, Twitter too. That's another one. Right, breaking headline news from Twitter. Yep. Ernest said it's trendy to complain and be fake offended. You right about that one. Peleus, a lot of businesses are old. That's why they can't keep up with the new age technology. A lot of businesses don't know about Facebook ads. You don't even got to advertise on Facebook. Just be on it. Like, this is what I'm saying. You don't got to advertise nothing, but you got to be on the platform. Social media is the new business card. If I go to a restaurant, I don't want a card. My first question is, what's your name on Instagram? What's your name on Facebook? What's your name? Like, what's your name on social media? Tell me that. I don't care about your card. Where can I find you on social media? If they be like, oh, we're not on social media, I don't even want to eat there. Like, understand what I'm saying? Like, that's the dynamic today that we're dealing with. Why are you not on social media? You should be on social media. You should be on every social media platform, even if you don't know what you're doing. You should have a TikTok account. You run a business, right? You should have TikTok, Twitter. You should be on LinkedIn. You should be on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Pinterest. Just name it. You should be on all that shit. That way, people always can find you. Like, no matter what, everybody can find you. Can't nobody find you if you ain't on social media. Somebody run a Google search on you. What's coming up? People leave reviews. People compliment you and talk about how awesome you are on social media. Of course, they'll talk about how fucked up you are too, but you understand my point. The way that somebody finds out about you is through social media. There's restaurants I go to because somebody told me about it on Instagram. I'm going to go to YouTube and Instagram first to find out about somewhere to eat somewhere. I'm not, what am I, I'm looking at Yellow Pages? So that's how interconnected that we are now into social media. It's social media. Whether you advertise it or not, you don't got to advertise nothing, but you got to be on it. You have to be. So that's a mistake. If businesses are not doing that, they're making the biggest mistake ever. Like that right there is definitely a mistake. Crazy, man. SBA, Small Business Administration, even offers a free business consultant. Take skill running Facebook ads, and that's even if you want to do that. That's even if you want to do that. You can build your Facebook, your social media just through organic, just from posting. The more posts that you put out there, the more there's a chance for somebody to see you. Yeah, that too. Sure, I'm always shocked when people don't have online ordering. It's like, what are you doing? She said, how's that possible in 2020? Give it the times. Let me order online so I don't have to call and get it to save my order. Right. Now we talking. You can track your order. You can save your order for next time so they know exactly how you want it. Look at how, like, a good example of that, Starbucks. Starbucks got that order ahead shit. It don't get no better than that. That app is so ill. Wherever you are right now, you go to the app and click nearby. It'll show you the Starbucks closest to where you are right now. You can go there. You can open up that location and look and see if they have what you want. Like, there's a drink that I love to get from there. I can look and see if they got it. If they don't have it, it'll say they don't have it. If they do have it, I can order it right now. Bam. The exact drink with everything how I want it. My order's already saved in the app. I don't gotta do nothing else. That shit takes literally 5 seconds to find the spot and to order. Then to tell me how long it's gonna take for it to be ready. You might say 10 minutes. I walk in, your name is on the order, waiting. When you get into the place, you just walk in and take your shit and leave. You don't even talk to nobody. Come on, man. That's how you use technology in business. And that's sophisticated, but I'm just saying, like, just the fact that they have that, you know how much business they generate like that? They don't even talk to the customer. The customer never speaks to anybody in the store. You order your shit through the app, you go in and you get your stuff when it's ready. You ain't talk to nobody. Social distancing. In, out. Come on, man. You can buy stamps online and have your order picked up. Yep. Yeah, local pizza shops are starting to do it. Domino's definitely got it. The Domino's app is ill. Domino's app is ill. Yes, stupid. Talking about the postal service. What's up, Irene? I think the market actually opens Monday morning. I don't think it opens Sunday evening. I'll be very surprised if it does. I don't think it does, though. I think it reopens Monday morning in observation of Easter. But I could be wrong. I don't know. But I'll log in on Sunday and we'll find out. Yeah, mail marketing is outdated. All marketing works, but it's how it works. Some of it is just a waste, in my opinion, because you can be using that money towards something that's more effective. What's happening, Ben? Yeah, that Starbucks app is no joke. She said, I'm not saying nothing except thank you, checking my order, walking out. When I'm saying I'm not doing lines. Yep. Yeah, see, it's so funny because social distancing was already going on though. And that's why when you look around and you look at what people are doing, you like, people not really doing that much different than what they was already doing. Because people was already social distancing, if you think about it. There's mad Uber Eats, like Uber Eats dudes in out. If you order your stuff ahead, you in and you out. That's distancing like a mo. You're not really spending no time there congregated with other people. The people when they go inside that are spending the most time there is whoever went inside to order. But anybody that used an actual app or used a way to order online, they ain't spend no time inside the place. They ain't spend no time in there at all. They just went in to pick their stuff up and left. So it's a good thing in my opinion. Yeah, the internet is fucking amazing. Listen, the internet is fucking amazing, man. No doubt. Jay Carter said, if it wasn't for the internet, I'd lose my whole entire shit. You guys are my online peoples, and that's what's keeping me sane. Right, that's and mind you, that's not new though. That's been the case. Yep. Yeah, let me tell you something, man. When Starbucks come back, I'm gonna place the first order ahead. Trust me. I'm placing the first one. That's my word. As soon as I hear Starbucks is I'm gonna be on the app already. Peleus, I don't even know about that. There's people that got married through that online dating shit. To be like, believe it or not. Yep. Yeah, matter of fact, there's a couple of people that came through TA. They met online. Yep. They met online. That's just crazy. You said BS? Well, we know who's not going to do it. We know Peleus is not doing it. You need to get out the sun. Come on, little homie. Hey, little homie, you ain't ready for war. ROC too strong for y'all. I'm bringing the boys to men. How them boys gonna win? This is grown man BI. Get you rolled in a triage. Biatch. Rockefeller is the Army, better yet the Navy. All right, full of radio. Ho, you know it, Mark. Oh man, Peleus, my man. You already know that Ribbon Crunch is calling me, man. That Ribbon Crunch is calling me. Like, yo, Ribbon Crunch is like, hooty hoo. That shit is calling me. No, this is not somebody's driveway. Nah, it's a public parking lot, but where I'm at, I'm in the cut, like where there's nobody to the left of me. I'm by the brick wall, the infamous brick wall. I'm in the cut that way, like nobody can come over here. I see everything, like, in this right here. I don't gotta look back behind me. You know what I'm saying? I can see everything from here. Just span like an owl. Yeah, no parking boards. Exactly. He said, watch somebody still come over there. If they do, I'm gonna give them the ill look. I'm gonna give them the ill ice grill. Yeah, but this was a good topic today. Very good topic, because I mean, this shit is real. This, like, it's really happening. And that's what I kind of been trying to do with these lives, is keep up with actual shit that's happening right now, and just like talking about things from the perspective of how it's going to impact things in the economy and in the markets. So I think that this content is good, and it'll also be very educational for people if and when they actually stumble on this information. So some jewels in this stuff, man, and wisdom. Any of y'all know of, like, people personally who has, like, been affected? And I mean, like, as far as having to file for unemployment, and, like, what do they do? Like, what do they do for a living? I think that's a good topic also. I'm just curious. E said, yeah. E, what do they do? I knew something ain't feel right. Construction workers. It's interesting too that you say that, because, man, the construction workers have been heavy in New York, and I don't see none of them. I don't see none of them. And I was thinking about that. I'm like, well, they outside though, but I guess they just don't want to take the chance of them coming in contact with one another, because you too close together. So maybe that's why they eliminated the outdoor construction workers. I'm curious. Or does it have more to do with the budget of the people that are doing the developing? I'm wondering which one it has more to do with. But that's a good one. Ben, what? So give me a couple, Ben. He said a whole lot. I mean, like the majority of the people that I know of are either working in offices, and some of, like, it varies because some of them, like some people I know work in call centers. So for certain businesses, their call centers can work remotely, so they can work from home. So they're like uninterrupted right now. They don't have to deal with the whole unemployment situation. But people that I know of, like in the restaurant industry, like all of them, with the exception of if you do Uber or one of these, you know, things that deliver, Uber, Grubhub, or whatever. If you do one of those right now, you actually doing very well because they are making more money because they're paying them more for being out here. They're actually paying them more money. So that's one where if you're able to do that, you know, you can supplement the fact that you're not working with whatever your job was that you are not able to do now. And we were talking about this not on yesterday's live, on a different one. I forgot which one it was. But just talking about like alternatives to whatever job that you might have had that you can actually do now. Like what out there is there available for you to do instead of just being stressed out and hoping that they give you some money with this stimulus and all this other shit. Let me see. Lines were long as hell. Miami had to show up, wait for days to get one sheet of paper. Shahara, mostly everyone I know was either essential or working from home like me. Right. They called everyone I know that had to file for unemployment worked at a restaurant or a club. Right. Right. E said, who knows, but the lines are long and people are shook. To file, you mean, right? But I thought you could file for unemployment online. Where people going to file? I didn't understand that. Saw that. I saw that in a couple of places. I guess it depends on the state. Some states you got to physically go to the office. Is that what it is? Oh, that's a big one. The mall. Yeah, and it's interesting, Ben, because at first the mall was still open. The mall was open at first. It didn't close until like after. It was open for a minute. Yep, it was open for a minute. Yeah, the Galleria, the Westchester. Yep, yep. Palisades, Bay Plaza. What's the other one over there on the other side of Brooklyn? Kings Plaza. Done. Yeah, they all closed. Rich said actually got better here on South Beach. Store has plenty of everything and only long lines in the evening. Got you. Right, but all the stores are hiring a whole bunch of people. Yep. Y'all ain't gonna stop with this party shit, huh? Y'all's a trip. Paley said his parent currently not working. He worked at the auto show. He worked at the Jacob Javits. Ben said friend called 200 times back to back and then through. Oh, for unemployment, right? Got you. The website is bogged down. Some people still don't have internet at home. That's why they're lining up. Oh, snap. So the people you seen outside is the people that can't get through online. Wow. Wow, that's crazy. Ben said nurses making $150 an hour now in Westchester. In the city, $250 an hour. Wow. Oh, he works for Hyundai. At the auto show, he travels. Got you. Okay. Wow, that's interesting. So, I mean, this is interesting information. Because I'm curious to know, like, what people do. And then also what they're doing with the unemployment situation. But this actually answers a lot of the questions that I had. I didn't know all of that. That's crazy. Oh, so you're saying Microsoft has a bug. That's why the website is not functioning properly? Is that what you're saying? Um, Someone says she's making so much money with overtime. It's insane. 5,000 a week. Wow, that's crazy, man. It's crazy. And you know, that's a situation. It is what it is because you expose like these nurses and people that are in healthcare, you are literally knowingly putting yourself in contact with this virus every day. You understand what I'm saying? You knowingly doing that. So that's about right. Yeah, it's like 5,000 to be in the danger zone. Shahara, people in car sales might have to have file too. Yeah, service centers are open, but I don't think car sales is considered essential. Right, right. Because as a salesperson, I mean, what you supposed to do? You work in the showroom. Like you work in the showroom. That's where the transaction takes place. So if you can't do that, what are you doing? Hmm. Interesting. This is good information right here. Hmm. Not information. Right. They file for unemployment like the servers, like the waiters and waitresses. Crazy. Yeah. Yep. Always room in TA. I mean, shit, now more than ever, it would behoove people to look into skills. You know what I mean? Skills. Doing like doing something that you can do in the event of something like this happening again. That's why I like to talk about this stuff on these lives because I just be wondering. I'm like, damn, I wonder like if people are thinking like that at all, or if they just are like in survival kind of thinking. I think a lot of people are in survival thinking, but at the same time, I don't think you can't dwell in survival thinking because to just stay in that zone, you're wasting time that you can be using to actually do something productive as far as your thought process. Like you got to think, don't even think about what's happening right now. You got to think about where you're going to be after this shit because this ain't going to last forever. It's going to become something else. And the something else that it becomes might be worse than your situation right now. You know what I'm saying? Like it's bad now. Like understand what I'm saying. People are now getting um an opportunity to file for unemployment. Like you just got through. You might have just got through last week. So there's a delay. There's time that goes by where you're not getting no money for maybe 2 weeks. So it's like everything that you're doing is is backlogged. It's a delay to it. So now, as the time moves, like we in April now, then the next thing you know, May comes, then June comes. So now them 2 months go by, and if you get comfortable just collecting your unemployment or whatever, the stimulus that comes, and you kind of comfortable, and then you don't start worrying about shit until 6 months later, like September, October comes, then you start thinking about what you're gonna do. That right there is a terrible move. You should be thinking about October, September now. Like think 5, 6 months away from today now. And let your actions now be for something that is going to put you in position at that time. You know what I'm saying? Like to get ahead, because right now everybody is behind now. But you only behind if you think that you are, because just the fact that you don't have a job right now doesn't mean that you're behind. It's what you do now that is going to put you behind. Because if you don't do something now for later, when later comes, you'll be behind because you still stuck off of what's happening now. You see what I'm saying? So it's like your thought process, you got to go ahead. You got to go into the future and act like you're in the future already with your actions today. Because if you don't, when the future comes, you're still going to be in the position that you're in now, but it's going to be even worse. It's bad now, but it'll be worse later if you don't do something about it now. So like, I don't know. That's just how I always think. Like I'm never thinking in the present. Never. I'm always thinking ahead. So my actions is going to be for later, not now. And I think that that's how you position yourself so that you never really are put in a bad position to have to survive. You know what I'm saying? The reason that people shift into survival mode is because they don't do anything when something first happens. When something first happens is when you got to move. You can't wait. Like, don't waste time because you are emotional about what happened. You don't have time to do that. You gotta be thinking ahead. This is why all of these conversations and dialogues are valuable to people if they run into them, because it's forcing you to think about shit. Like, think about a skill or something else that you could do. You know that the job that you have currently through an epidemic was not able to survive the epidemic. You had to go on unemployment. So what you were doing was not able to resist something as severe as a pandemic that took place. You got to think outside that box now. You see what I'm saying? You have to. Because otherwise now your thought process is, well, I'm going to just wait for everything to go back to normal. Hopefully everything will go back to normal soon. Man, because I'm running out of money, or, things are getting bad now. Man, I hope it goes back. I'm praying it goes back. You gonna pray that everything go back to normal? What if nothing goes back to normal? Like, what if the normal you are used to and that you thinking of never comes back again? What if it's a new paradigm? It's a shift. What if that happens? You have to think outside the box. So it's pivotal. It's pivotal, man. You got to think outside the box. You can't just rely on shit, and you can't just dwell, like just lay there and just be like, all right, well, I can't do anything about it. You better do something about it, and you can do something about it. But you're gonna have to do something about it. You can't just sit there and expect the fucking government to be doing everything. The government is broke. Where'd they get all this money to do shit with? Where did the stimulus money come from? You think they had that money sitting in an account? No, they had to print it. They had to print that. They broke. The difference is that they are always going to be solvent because they have the ability to print. You don't. You don't have a printing press. So the only leverage that you have is a skill. Think about it. What leverage do you have? What you gonna be able to do in case some shit like this happens again? This is how I'm trying to help people to think outside the box. It's like that shit is crazy, man. It is. Like, it's just crazy to me. Yep. Oh, okay. They that's funny. They saying it's Microsoft bug to justify Gates, so they can connect Gates to it. Yeah, they funny for that. Yeah, nah. Come on, man. Yeah, we did. Yeah, we definitely got room. Another few 100,000. And it's so funny because like a few 100,000 is still a drop in the bucket. We like the numbers of unemployment is staggering. That shit is crazy. 16 million so far. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all like the video. Definitely. Right. Rich said this situation is one that you can capitalize on or let it push you further back. Yes. Yep. Yeah, of course, the deaths are terrible. And the death is always terrible. It just happens to have a focus because of what this is. And this is something that is very crazy because it's something that literally can get anybody up out of here. It don't matter who you are. None of us are immune to it. You understand what I'm saying? The best that you can do is just to do your best. That shit can hit anybody. Healthy, not healthy, it doesn't matter. So as far as that goes, that's just, of course, just based on who you are and the way that you move to try to navigate through shit. But nobody knows who's gonna be affected to that degree. We don't know because they have no explanation now for people that are dying other than trying to categorize the majority of who is actually being affected and dying. Older people, people with pre-existing, lung issues, asthmatics, high blood pressure, obese, smokers. Well, shit, that's damn near everybody. Like everything I just said, that's damn near everybody in the population. That's a lot of people. So, as far as that go. He said, this is a hard reset. Nothing will be normal anymore. Yeah, I don't think so either. It's definitely not going to be the same. Paley said, all I'm saying is time to bring the bots out. Because here's my thing. Most of the people that are struggling right now, this ain't the only time. You have to do whatever you have to do to survive. Period. Right. Yep. Yep, by any means, of course. She said, I bet you even after all of this, people still will not save and still will go right back to the way that they were before. Check to check to check. You right. You right. Better get yourself in position. 100%. Adele said, it's like I understand people are tired of being strong, but you have to keep going. We can't stop. HJ192. Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. What's the alternative to that? There ain't none. Shahar, I understand that people were only taught one way, but when you have an entrepreneurial mindset, all you can see is opportunity where others see a setback. Yep. COVID is a setup for whatever you prepare for. Yep. Jay Carly said, I don't understand because my entire circle of everyone are go-getters. No doubt. E said, before I forget, the back office at Traders Way said I arbitrage that oil trade. Arbitrage. That's what they, oh, that's whack. I didn't know what that was, but now I do. I guess what I'm going for the throat. Now that's bullshit. Because you need software to arbitrage anyway. How are you supposed to know? The only way to be able to arbitrage is to see their feed and then have a feed that's faster. That way you know that the market has already moved and their feed is slower than the feed that you're looking at, and then you get into the market and then you get out of the market quickly. But usually that's associated with like getting in and out within seconds. That's not what you did, right? How long did you hold that trade? Because if it wasn't like you was in and out of the market in like 5 seconds, then that's bullshit. Shahar said, I try to surround myself with like-minded people. I shouldn't have to explain my hustle for freedom. Yep. Yep. Jay Carly, so do I. I'm glad I changed from the previous circle. Yep. Friday evening until Sunday. Oh, so you had this shit for days. That ain't no arbitrage. You got in at the right time. Yo, they full of shit. Yeah, that's some bullshit, man. That's some bullshit because that's not even the definition of arbitrage. So they are fucking full of shit. So I see, yeah, because that's what they did with Jay Carly. I remember that. Yeah, they told her the same shit. She was trading with the company called Close Option at the time. And when she was winning, she was killing it. And they wouldn't pay her when she went to make a withdrawal. They banned her, talking about she was arbitraging. How the fuck you gonna arbitrage? You don't even got a program. You don't even have the software to do it. How is that possible? And I'm like, if that's the case, and arbitrage is how you make a profit anyway. Like, what are you talking about? Yo, they full of shit. They didn't understand the level of skill that she was using on the platform. They didn't know nothing about that shit. They wasn't ready for it. And she killed them. Yep. She was killing them. They said, oh no, you arbitraging. You gonna be banned. Yeah, well, technically they kept all their money. Cause I think you still ended up with a little bit more than what you actually had deposited, right? You had made a small deposit. I know. Yeah, it did hurt because it's principal. Oh, right. Yeah, you didn't deposit. You had used the bonus, right? They had gave you a bonus or some shit? Or you had made a bonus from something like I forgot what it was, but yeah. Right, okay, I remember that. Yeah. So yeah, you was killing them. Full of shit. Joey said definitely had to Google that word. Arbitrage. Yeah, yeah, definitely non-legitimate, Peleus. Stupid, man. Stupid. Nah, NADEX don't pull that, man. This is why can't nobody tell me nothing about NADEX, man. Can't nobody tell me shit. I'm like, I welcome all y'all to find out for yourself. You come over here and you start winning, you gonna get your money, man. That's a fact. Now I can't do nothing for you if you're losing. Yeah, but the reason that NADEX works is because it's an exchange. They're not in the business of trading against you. They are putting you across the table from someone else that has the opposite idea that you have. You know what I'm saying? It's the best business model ever that I've seen in the as far as trading platforms go. It's an exchange, man. I'm gonna be Don King, and you'll fight it out. I'm gonna get paid no matter who wins. I'm gonna get a piece of both of your purse. You give me some of your purse, you give me some of your purse. You'll fight it out. Come on, man. I'm Don King. NADEX is Don King. TA is Mike Tyson. TA is Iron Mike. Come on, man. Iron Mike Tyson. Yeah, Al Hammond. That's hard. He said, how much for a year prepaid? Prepaid, what's that? For the phone? Oh, you mean for training? My bad. I said for the phone. Cause I just had the phone up. I'm like, what prepaid? What you talking about? Um, you connected to me on Facebook? If you connected to me on Facebook, message me. Binary trading. All right, let me find you real quick. Yeah, we connected. All right, cool. All right, I'm gonna message you. You'll never find. Oh, we might be going into some music, Jay Carly. It just hit me just now. The music bug just hit me. What was I about to do? What the hell was I about to do just now? Oh, I know what I was about to do. All right. All right, E, I just messaged you just now on Facebook. So when you get a chance, you can check that. Oh, Ben, you got the green Nike on? Okay. I'm trying to remember when I bought this. I think I bought this in 2014 or something. 2015 maybe. Yeah, literally said that like once, right? Ernest said he did a NADEX withdrawal to his debit card last week. It was in his account the next day. Come on, baby. Come on, man. I know that's right. He got high octane ADHD trading style. Yeah, you want to slow it down, huh? Slow it down. That's hard. J. Carter said you only need three numbers. 301. Yeah, he wasn't playing. He's like, look, I need to lock in the year immediately. He's like, I know it's gonna take me at least that long just to start working on myself. Yeah, it is a transition. It is a transition. But I mean, you already know how we are, because we literally talk about the shit every day. Oh yeah, yeah. If NADEX do something like that, yeah, if they link up with an app, ooh, that's crazy. I mean, they ill already even without that, but yeah, they integrate something like that, and don't be surprised if they do. You see all of the upgrades that they're doing with the platform and all that. You see what they're doing. You see how they're moving. The mobile is awesome. The new platform is the same as the mobile. They literally been adding the stuff that we asked them for. They listen to us. Come on, man. Come on. Like what else? What else do you need? For real, man. Shit is real. He says stop losses are coming to NADEX for the Forex traders. We don't need that with the binaries, but yeah, if you like traditional Forex and you want to go to NADEX to trade Forex, then yeah, that makes sense. You already know. Jeffrey said NADEX is the truth. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yeah, for touch brackets. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like it's not relevant to what we do, but I mean, it's there for, because there will be, I'm pretty sure, people that are looking for the opportunity to trade Forex with a legitimate company. Um, So NADEX would be the alternative to actually having a Forex traditional broker, and NADEX does good business. Yeah, all that spreads, touch brackets, it'll all be there for whoever want it. And that is a fact. Future millionaires in the making on this chat right now. Yep. On Thursday, April 9th, 2020. Yeah, and see, like that, and that's why I never say anything, about what I'm not using. Like, I don't use spreads, I don't use touch brackets, I don't use anything. Like, I don't even trade other time frame for binaries. I only trade on the 5-minute binaries, but that's a niche. That's a specific way that I'm able to capitalize on my skill set that I have in the market. 5-minute binaries make the most sense for me to capitalize using my skill set. So on top of that, I got OCD, so I'm not gonna do nothing else. You see what I'm saying? As soon as I figure out what works for me, that's it. I'm done. That's all I'm gonna do. So once I saw that I was able to utilize the 5-minute binaries, that was it. That's why TA only trades 5-minute binaries, because of me. Because that's what I teach. Yeah. Ernest is saying it has different businesses within the platform. If he doesn't see 5-minute opportunity, he knows how to maneuver the spreads and the touch brackets as a well-rounded trader, no doubt. And then Shawnee, see, Shawnee comes with the TA mindset. You just increase your contract size, and you don't got to do nothing else. Yep. So, see, that's the beauty of being in position. When you're in position, you choose how you want to take your shot. When you know what works for you, you just stick to that and then rinse and repeat. So no matter what, like, the mindset that we articulate on TA works no matter what you do. Like, it doesn't matter what you're trading. That's why people that are not trading 5-minute binaries and not even trading on NADEX, some of them are successful just from being exposed to this. They get exposed to this environment, and look at what we talk about in this environment. You see what I'm saying? We focus on mindset. We focus on elevation. So you continuously put yourself in this, you'll be successful no matter what you're doing, because you're going to elevate in your mindset at the forefront anyway. You know what I mean? So it's solid. It's solid. Yep. Uh-huh. Rich said in position equals in control. Shawnee said in position got a whole new meaning to me. Yep. Doesn't matter what platform you trade on, still have to have the killer mindset. Indeed. Right. Sniper, to be more specific. Sniper gonna hit that shot. It's one shot. One shot, one kill, baby. Paley said, what's cool about this skill, we don't lose with anything we do on NADEX because we can transfer this into anything, but still just stick to one thing. Right. Shawnee said, I went nuts the first time I saw that 30 trade spreadsheet. I mean, I had to do it, man. I had to do it. I was just like, Rinse and repeat, man. If you can do 21, you could do 24. You could do 24. You could do 30. Keep going. And then, on top of that too, like people kept asking, oh man, I wonder if you get filled at that contract size. The answer is yes. The answer is yes. Yes, you do. And I'm always going to find out for myself before I just make an assumption. So I was like, let me get there real quick. I'll let you know. Yeah, and that's what it is. Like Shawnee's saying, so many ways to engage on NADEX with the 5 minutes with what we do. Right. It's interesting because when people hear 5-minute binaries, the first thing that they assume is that you're trading every 5 minutes. But in reality, you're not trading every 5 minutes when you're utilizing the ability to understand market behavior. All you're doing is using the 5-minute binary instrument to capitalize on your understanding of market behavior. So that means that once you are able to identify when the right time to be in the market is, there's going to be an option available for you to trade because they run every 5 minutes. You see what I'm saying? Doesn't that make sense? So in other words, no matter when the market decides to present you with the environment and behavior that you're waiting for, regardless of when that happens, there will be a trade available if the market presents that opportunity through the 5 minutes. You see what I'm saying? So that's the way that you should view the 5-minute binaries, especially from the perspective of the way that we trade on TA. Like if you're trying to understand, man, I don't understand what y'all are doing. That right there is probably the best explanation that I could give you. In actuality, we're not trading every 5 minutes. I don't care about trading every 5 minutes. We don't even trade every day. Literally, if you ended up only taking one trade a week because of the model and because of the ability for you to be consistent and to scale up, you can put yourself in position to capitalize retarded with just one trade during the week. And that's during the building process and once you're in position at the level that you want to be at. So again, think about that for a second. That means that you're not stressed out building to get there, and you ain't stressed out once you get there. There's no stress involved the whole way from beginning to end. And ultimately there is no end because it's just going to be forever and all. You're going to just win all the time. Yep. Yeah, huge misconception. Right. People think that they trading all day, every day. Right, exactly. Shawnee said it's repetitive, but it's always fresh, which sounds crazy, but it's true. It is. It's very repetitive, but it's like, it's a fresh, brand new repetitive shit today that we talking about. Like, the way y'all talk about today is fresh, but we talking about the same shit that we was talking about yesterday, last year. It's all the same. It's just rinsing and repeating. Right. We trade only the best moment out of many. New perspective on the same thing. That's it. Yep. And that's what we do, man. These are some good live streams, man. This is good shit. This is good. Yeah, it'll be some interesting conversations y'all be having with people though. That shit is crazy. Shit is crazy. Paley said the chillest career ever. Yep. Rich said the lives are like the bootleg 301. Get your copy and keep it. Exactly. Exactly. Shiny, giving value to every trade is what we do. That was definite wisdom from you, Mark. Game changer for me in particular, and I'm sure for the group as well. Absolutely. Absolutely. I know that moment, I remember that vividly too when I first had started talking about that, because I just started thinking, I'm like, yo, you got to overcome that fear. Folk be scared for no reason. You ain't got no reason to be scared when you got skill. And the elevation is really taking place over the things that you're afraid of. You know, like it's so funny how fear will manifest. It will manifest with you misunderstanding risk, just like how someone thinks that the risk is the money in the account. I think that that's where it really first started, when I realized, I'm like, you know what? Nah, it's not the money that is the risk. The risk is not having the skill. So having the skill means you ignore the money part and just work. If you just work, give value to the work. Oh, that's hard right there. Give value to the work. I gotta write that down. Hold up. Y'all pardon me for a second. Give value to the work. That shit is hard right there. I gotta write that down real quick, because I will be using that in the very near future. All right, got it. That was hard. She said she already posted it. Well, damn. Oh man. JP said, funny thing is, I bet you some people on here filed a filing, just too ashamed to say it. Oh, filed or filing, just too ashamed to say it. Oh, okay. I mean, it could be, you know. It's nothing to be ashamed of. It's nothing to be ashamed of. I just feel that you should definitely always be in the mindset of getting ahead and not getting into any type of complacency or being in a comfortable zone. Like, you know, sometimes people get into a mindset where they're like, well, I'm gonna just collect this unemployment real quick. Nah. You should be utilizing the time that you can't work to figure out what you're going to do to put yourself in position to give value to the work. Like, give some real value to your time. Because obviously being on a job is a limited perspective of giving value to time for millions of people, as we see. Something that can just be not there as a result of something else that's outside of your control. You know what I'm saying? And it's like that's tricky, because it's like, man, you can actually do something about that though. You can put yourself in position now because you've experienced that thing. You know what that feels like. Like, oh shit, damn, this right here fucked up my job. What am I going to do now? Your mind immediately should shift into putting yourself in position where you can somehow not allow anything like that to ever take place as far as you go in the future. That's the shift in your mentality that you should be shifting into. So it's like you either do that or you just be like everybody else, like fuck it. Let's pray that it goes back to normal. I don't like that. I don't like feeling like that. Like feeling like I'm not in control. Even when I'm not in control, I don't like feeling like I'm not in control. I need to do something to help to feel like I have control of something that I can do. And that's at least you have control over how you think, how you can think ahead, how you can try to do something at least to put yourself in a better position, even whether it works or not. I mean, that's the entrepreneurial mindset all day. How much shit do entrepreneurs try that don't work? Bunch of shit. Everything you do ain't gonna work. But that ain't gonna stop you from keep trying. Try this, try that, do this, do that. That ain't work, try this. That didn't work either, try this. You never stop doing things. And from each experience, you're growing and you're learning something that is helping you to outthink what's not working. Eventually, you're gonna figure out, well, all this shit don't work. So let me utilize that. I know not to go in that direction at all. Let me try this. This right here is none of this stuff that don't work. Let's try this one. Then bow. You try that shit works. And it's like, oh man, I nailed it finally. That's how anything you could think of that's successful today, that's how it was born. It was born out of failures. Shit didn't just happen and pop off right away. Success don't just come overnight. It comes through a series of failing at shit that you think might succeed. You don't know if it's gonna work or not. You tried, it didn't work. All right, let me try this. That didn't work. All right, let me try this. That didn't work. You do that 1,000 times, then 1,001 time, you do the shit and it works. You're like, damn, I made it. I found fucking this shit finally worked. And then now you rinse and repeat that process. So what you learn from what does work is don't twist that up. Don't change up. Keep doing that. That works. Keep doing that. And that's the whole rinse and repeat mindset. So like people will have that mindset with something that don't work. And they'll keep repeating what doesn't work, which makes no sense. But repetition, man. That's how you crack it. That's how you get through. Alan said, if you're scared, go to church or crack open the Bible. Why not? Rich said, if you shaking before and after you pull the trigger, you need to go back to 301 and work on the mind. Yep. Paley said, Bible won't help your fear. Skill will. Ooh. Give value to the work that works. Yeah, J. Carly can't wait to steal shit. And it's not stealing it. She just throwing it out there real quick. I do it just so she could do that. Adele said, I'm not scared, but still have a job and I hustle and I have another stream of income. And what Rich said. She said, we haven't opened up the doors of the church lately, but we can open them. Amen. I would never sit on help and do nothing. Of course not. Yeah, normal is not coming. Nope. Nope. Yo, Ernest is insane. He said, I'm a product of a failed condom. Just total ignorance. Complete ignorance. Adele, sometimes people need that push. I've been on unemployment before, and that was the best vacation ever. I made more money during that time. Right, it's what you do with the time. Give value to the time. I'm not even reading no more. I'm just gonna act like I don't see nothing he says right now. Just stupid. Oh gosh. Oh man. Ernest, I hate to be the one to tell you, but I don't think they was using condoms back then. So it is what it is. You just here, that's all. They wasn't using no damn condoms. Oh man. Damn, yo, how long we been on here for? Hold up. We been on here a long ass time. Yo, we been on here 3 hours. Oh shit. See, this is what I'm talking about. Oh, you thought you was a miracle baby? Nope. Silly this. Joey said the matrix is a system and that system is our enemy. Indeed. That's why we got to unplug. Rich said back then if they did it was the strong reusable rubber. Oh shit. Oh, you really ain't gonna stop till we fucking do some party shit, huh? Oh my gosh, yo, y'all are party animals, man. Damn. I know. I just thought about that. I was like, damn, we can't even do training tonight. Yeah, we could do that. We could do a party tomorrow. You want to do a party tomorrow? Do that shit tomorrow. That's hard. Knowledge party. Come on, Rich. Come on, Rich. Yeah, look at Paley's trying to save me. He said, oh my God, Lulu gonna be mad. You gotta go back home, bro. Patrick, what's good, man? Oh, they go Chase right there. What's up, man? Look, he said, hey, yo, who said party? That's all y'all want to do is party and bullshit, man. Party and bullshit. Let me stop before I start playing some music. There you go. Get him, Shawnee. He said 301 party tonight. I'm mixing some All or None videos. No doubt. Oh, man. But let me get off of this, y'all. Oh shit, excuse me. Yeah, so we'll do some party shit tomorrow then. That way we'll have it full time. Cause I'm getting hungry now. It's almost 7 o'clock. I ain't eat shit yet. Yeah, I need a grilled chicken salad, man. I ain't mess with y'all. You'll have me on here until 9. Yeah, so party tomorrow then. Friday party. All right, I'm out. All right, y'all. Yeah, y'all be safe out here, all right? 3 hours. Damn. And it's literally 3 hours exactly. 2 minutes, 59, 58. Bam, right there. 3 hours on the dot. 3 hour live. That's hard. All right, y'all make sure y'all like the video if y'all didn't already. I'm out. All right, Keith. Appreciate you being here, man. Peace.